Hello, Gen X and movie lovers. Me again. You notice the setting's a little different. There's no power at my place. So the circumstances for me now are looking for a safe, reliable vehicle so I can get a job, so I can find a place with power. Could be worse. I'm upright. I'm healthy enough. Let's talk about my monsters, huh? All right, so I've got another character for you today. This character is named Trinkets. She is not a member of the family. Long ago, this child, a little girl with mental handicaps, what diagnosis years later would call autism, lived with her younger brother and her father. Her mother died years before, under questionable circumstances. But 200 years ago, very little law was kept. This child was, and remains to be, a sweetheart. She loved her brother very much, always spending time with him, doing chores together, and loving him in the way that she thought he wanted to be loved, even though he didn't have his mother. They were inseparable. She did not talk very often, but when she did, he understood entirely. She could say only a couple of words while looking off into the distance, and he would see her focus and understand a story they had heard and the inside joke she was pointing out. He found her attentive and wonderful. He was too young to understand the depth of the question, but he wondered what life would be like if she wasn't his sister. There was always a lightness about her, smiling to herself just a little bit, emitting a soft humming to a song only she could hear. Their life was pleasant together, two children living in a world of mud and chores. And Dad, an angry man, muttering to himself as he drank what he was able to find during the days when he was gone, occasionally returning to the hut where he lived with his two strange children. He was an angry drunk, always focusing on the young girl who did not holler or scream at him, who could call no attention, always taking the belt strap whenever he chose to wield it. For years, she was his willing target. She understood that his anger had to go somewhere, and she did not want her beautiful brother to get hurt. He was the only person who continued to be nice to her, not taunt or tease her, and even laugh at her small jokes. He sometimes tried to find the songs she heard in her mind and tried to sing along. He was an uncommonly decent child in the small town and dirty atmosphere of their life. She knew, if she did not take the anger pouring out from their father, it would fall to the child. One day it did. I'm going to skip a little bit there because it kind of turns into a little Stephen King story there. Dad hurts a little boy. She takes care of her dad. She finishes him off. The little girl turned, noticing one of her brother's toys on the floor by the door. She bent to pick it up, studied it, and then put it in her pocket. She heard a voice calling out from the darkness. Come, child. She gets escorted into one of the monster realms, where she quietly accepts that she is a monster, deserves to be a monster. She left her brother, and he got hurt. She blames herself. She's a sweetheart.